And when we talk about permaculture, polycultures, when we talk about outrageous diversity, for many years I've taught this concept of outrageous diversity from the perspective of beneficial insects. And now I recognize that down below in the soil is where the outrageous diversity really gets outrageous because of what's happening in terms of nutrients and chemical defense signaling. So we humans, that's a big picture we were just looking at. We humans, when we study these sorts of things, have to reduce it to only a few variables so that we can try to understand what's going on. So one study, they inoculated a certain plant with 3 different species of mycorrhizal fungi, and the different fungi offer different amounts of phosphorus. Phosphorus is a big trading item in the ground economy. And the tree would give more carbon sugars to the fungi that had more. This is a reductionist point of view. It actually goes a little bit deeper, but we can get the idea that something's going on here, that there's bartering taking place. Nutrients from the fungi made available to the plant. When the whole photosynthesis thing is going full bore, and the fruit trees are sending out feeder roots to gather nutrients to grow this year's fruit crop, to form next year's flower cells, there are certain times when most of the carbon sugars, most of the photosynthates are directed down to the root zone for direct trade. That's a big investment on the part of a tree. Those carbon sugars can be used to grow shoots and limbs and extend the reach of the plant. But there are times when it says, no, it needs to happen below. This is what's cool. I'm not pointing to anyone in particular, but I'll just pretend that you're a tree that's out there in the sunshine and you've got good minerals and you've got lots of carbon production. You have a lot of currency to trade. And meanwhile, over here, we might think the soil's a little poorer, but for whatever reason, you're not quite doing so well. I'm a mycorrhizal fungi, and today, let's say I have some calcium and some phosphorus. And I go to this tree, and I say, I recognize you're doing really well. I'm going to charge you more. Oh, I shouldn't get into this. Is anyone here a lawyer? I've always wanted to charge my prices for my apples based on this idea. I'm going to charge you more because you can pay more. But you really need this calcium today. And I won't take quite as much. Mycorrhizal networks are social democracy in action. Bernie Sanders would love this. Because it just addresses things. And the result of this trade, of this innate intelligence in nature, is that I prevent someone from excess. You don't need more and more and more nitrogen. You have enough to grow healthy. Over there, they need that nitrogen. And so now the plant community is taking care of its own. The mother tree concept is expanding even bigger. We're going to tie this into practical orcharding, believe it or not. But this is how balanced nutrition takes place. And a fundamental tenet of human health is you get into an excess of something, that's not as good as moderation. And plants as well have the ability to temper nutrient uptake to maximize health throughout the community. So that other group, the endomycorrhizae. In the forest, if you look at the root system of like a Douglas fir tree or a oak tree, you can actually see the fungi on the feeder roots. Endomycorrhizae are totally invisible to our eyes. This is a very microscopic realm. As I said, many plants have this affiliation. It turns out there are about 300 species worldwide of this type of fungi, which is not that many, that have a union with the roots of over 250,000 plant species. So a few fungi go a long ways in terms of making this connection.